All right, we are continuing to follow the aftermath of those protests that we saw out at Coast Guard Island in Alameda. Now, the Coast Guard says they actually had to open fire on the driver of a U-Haul truck who apparently tried to ram into the Alameda base gate. We have KRON 4's Will Tran. He's joining us live from Coast Guard Island right now with the very latest. Will.
And right now, we have been pushed back from where we were exactly 24 hours ago. 24 hours ago, we were much closer than this scene, but the Oakland Police Department, you can clearly see they are here. They're blocking the road, and we will zoom in. You see those lights, James, off in the distance? That's where we were. That's where the protests were taking place before what went down about 7 hours ago. Let me show you the video. This all went down at around 10 p.m. when, according to the Coast Guard, there was a U-Haul truck that was trying to reverse onto the base. Now, that driver was told, according to the Coast Guard, multiple times to stop, and that driver kept on going to the point where the Coast Guard members, and they were manning the line. They opened fire on the U-Haul truck multiple times. It appears that they have not been able to locate the driver as the driver took off from the scene. No Coast Guard members were hurt. This follows a day-long protest yesterday that started at around 6 o'clock in the morning yesterday when they, as well as the rest of the world, knew that Border Patrol agents, ICE agents were coming to Coast Guard Island. This is where they will be stationed in the interim as they will look to perform their operations, according to President Trump. They got here and then they were met with protesters who tried to block their entry into the base at that particular point. At around 7 o'clock, we saw the agents go through. They also used flashbang grenades, and then they were able to get onto the base without much ado about violence, protests, but that did not stop the protesters from being here all day, clearly well into the night, James, where, as I mentioned, at around 10 p.m. shots were fired. This is such a big scene now where the Oakland Police Department, they are here to handle the crowd. Also, it's the FBI. They were called in to investigate this as well. So they are the lead agency to find out exactly why shots were fired. As far as the protesters, it is still very early. I saw protesters look to come through here, but this time, unlike yesterday, James, we have yellow tape that stretches across the roadway. The protesters clearly saw that and did not push through, as if they did, they would be met with officers right here on the front line. Back to you, James.
All right, clearly a still developing scene. Will, we're going to come back out to you for more updates throughout the morning.